Hey guys, this is Santosh Kumar from the Root Academy. Today we are going to introduce new thing in our Root Academy channel, that is for the AngularJs. AngularJs is an open source JavaScript web-based application development framework. It is a structural framework for dynamic web applications. It lets you use HTML as your template language and lets you extend HTML syntax to express your application component. There are some general features of the AngularJs. AngularJs are mostly used to create rich internet applications. There are some um general features are like data binding, scope, controller, directives, services, filters and templates, deep linking, routing. So we will discuss about all these things in a brief. Data binding is the automatic synchronization of the data between model and the view component. Scope are the object that refers to the model. It acts as a glue between controller and the view. Controller are just a JavaScript function bound to particular scope. Means scope you can say scope is an object that is passed to the controller. Services is services. It has several built-in services. Is AngularJS has several built-in services such as HTTP to make a XML HTTP request. These are singleton objects which are instantiated only once in the app. Filters. These select a subset of the items from an array and returns an array. You can use like filters, like you have a student record that is contain students record that contain his name and his marks and or his roll numbers, all these details. Then you want to filter the students record by using his name, by using his marks, all these things. So template, these are the rendered view with information from the controller and the model. These can be a single file such as index.html or multiple views in one page using partial. Means you can say that templates are the a single HTML file. Directive are the makers. Directive are the markers on the DOM element, such as elements, attributes, CSS, and more. These can be used to create custom HTML tags that serve as new custom widget. AngularJS has built-in directives such as ngbind, ngmodel. We will discuss all these things about later in this briefing. Deep linking allow you to encode the state of application in the URL so that it can be bookmarked. So AngularJS, come to the point. AngularJS directives. There are three directives: ngapp, ngmodel, and ngbind. Ngapp. This directive defines the link. This directive defines and links an AngularJS application to the HTML. Whenever we are creating an AngularJS application, we must define that HTML to the AngularJS by using ngapp, ngmodel. This directive binds the value of AngularJS application data to HTML input controls. Whenever we are going to bind an HTML element by using ng model, then we bind it to the HTML input control. Ngbind. This directive binds the AngularJS application data to HTML tags. AngularJS completely follow the MVC architecture. MVC: model, view, and controller. Model is the lowest level of the pattern responsible for the maintaining data. Means all your data is maintained by the model. View: it is responsible for displaying all or a portion of the data to the user. Just like whenever we open a browser and we are running an AngularJS application, the output we see in the browser is called the view. Controller: it is a software code that controls the interaction between model and view, as shown in the image here. Whenever an event is fired, it goes to the controller. Controller is just we have told it is software or software code, means it is a JavaScript function where all the functionality and logics are held. Then it is send signals to the view and also send to the model. Model corresponds back to the controller, then to go to the view. Views whenever view shows to the model and model back to the give response back to the view. That's it. In the next tutorial we will we will work on the AngularJS example. So more videos, please subscribe the Root Academy channel. Thanks.